I attended a drug seizure sale, bought a 300 SD Mercedes, paid $1,500 for it. A dealer offered me $10,000 for it. I turned him down.
What's the first thing you look for? Number one, write this down. Absolute auction. I want you to write it down. If you haven't written anything down today, write that. Absolute auction. An absolute auction means that what is on the auction block will be sold to the highest bidder regardless of the bid. If it's not an absolute auction, the seller can withdraw the item if the highest bid is deemed insufficient. That's what is called a reserve or confirmation auction. An absolute auction means that if the bid is $1, then it goes for $1. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me, especially if it's a Jaguar XJ12 or a Piper Cub. By the way, most government auctions are absolute auctions, but that's only one of the reasons why we like government auctions. One of the other reasons is that government auctions are honest. There are no shills or phony or illegitimate bids, and I'll talk more about that later. Do we go to an auction just to see what's there and start bidding on it? I don't recommend it. We want to preview the merchandise. Most auctions provide a period of time, 3 or 4 days, a week, or 10 days, where the merchandise or item can be examined in advance of the actual auction. Our literature, which will be available to you, explains that in detail. Because before we go to the actual auction, we want to preview the merchandise and evaluate the merchandise and know the market conditions and know the value, number 3, in advance of the auction, prior to buying or bidding on any of the items in the auction. What do we want to buy? You'll learn what to buy, whether it should be electronics, computers, calculators, videos, cars, boats, planes, tools, office equipment, whatever, and you'll learn to roll it over for quick cash profits to a ready market. There will be at least a few experts at most auctions. An expert, for example, who knows only about cars or only about boats or about diamonds. That's another reason why not everybody at the auction is bidding on every item. We're going to focus when we go to an auction on a select number of specific items. The fact that there may be 40 items available at that auction does not mean that we want to bid on 40 items, unless you're the only one there and you have $40 in your pocket. We want to look carefully at only certain items and then concentrate only on those items. Do you want to go to our very first auction and start bidding or start buying things without any experience at all? I do not recommend that. Go to 1, 2, or 3 auctions or more auctions. Observe, learn, see the kind of things that are going on. Become familiar with the rules of the auction, the type of bidding, the type of people that are there, the procedures that are followed, and the type of merchandise that's being auctioned. You will profit greatly by that experience, and in the future, what we feel we've missed out on the first time around, that will come back to us many, many times over. Who knows what a knockdown sheet is? Okay. A knockdown sheet is a list. Generally, no one knows. A knockdown sheet is a list of what was sold and how much things sold for at previous auctions. You'll learn how these sheets of prior auctions will be invaluable to you later, because you need to know what type of things get sold, what they went for. The 1/3 rule. Now we have to place a limit on how much we will bid. It should be a percentage of the amount we plan to sell it at. What we plan to sell it at. You must learn the meaning and the discipline of the 1/3 rule. Otherwise, you can get yourself in trouble. You have to know what you're going to sell at and place a limit on what you're going to bid. Don't start the bidding. He who speaks first loses. Wait to see who else is there and what they bid. If we think we can acquire something for $200, we're not going to go in and start bidding $200. It may be that someone bids $25, we bid $30, and they drop out. Oh, I'm not going to get in bidding war with that guy. There's plenty of other things here. And you get it for $30. So you never know how little you're going to pay for something. Let someone else start the bidding, unless you're the only one there, and then bid $1. Okay? Remember, while you have set a maximum bid, most times when you are the successful bidder, you will obtain the item for less than your planned bid. But our simplified success strategy will show you how to find out about United States Marshal sales, bankruptcy sales, and other unnoticed, unadvertised, and lightly attended government auctions, and how to get the information about them and how to profit from them. Here's another example about how to find an auction. It is a legal notice in the newspaper called Notice of Seizure. One word throws you off. It doesn't say Notice of Sale. It says Notice of Seizure. If you read further in the small print, and ladies and gentlemen, this is small print. I'll give you a minute. You can write it all down. It goes on to say, and you'll be tested later, it goes on to say if you have any interest in these items, contact so-and-so. Guess what, folks? Most people don't think they have an interest in the items, and everyone ignores it. They don't realize that interest doesn't mean a prior interest. We had a gentleman who went to DOD sales. There was office equipment, and it went for 12 cents on the dollar. How many people here would like to buy ATs, PCs, or 386s, home computers, IBM Selectrics, or expensive office equipment for 12 cents on the dollar? Not a bad deal. Listen to this story about a young lady who wears army boots. A young lady went to one of these auctions and bid $5,000 on a container load of army boots. And guess what else? No laces. She had to get laces for every pair. 3 dozen gross pairs of assorted sized army boots. That's 5,184 pair. It's less than $1 a pair. She didn't have the $5,000. She didn't have the 10% deposit. She got a money partner who gave her only 25% of the profits when the boots sold for $7.55 a pair wholesale. The laces cost 76 cents, and I agree she overpaid for laces. But the boots sold for over $39,000. She made just over $7,500. Great money, right? Wrong. Had she followed our simple techniques, she would have made 35, 50, or even 100% of the profits. Because in DOD sales, there is such a thing as a bid deposit bond. A bid deposit bond. It gives you 30 days to pay, which is enough time to make your profit and pay for what you bought. You can use the government's money to pay, make profit, and pay them back out of the profits and monies you make, and we show you exactly how to do it. Remember the young lady with army boots? If she had been a Girl Scout and she was properly prepared, she would have made the whole $30,000 profit instead of only $7,500. Are you going to be properly prepared?
This is so exciting. Once you know the techniques on how to purchase, then you can start making real money. And the best part is, you don't have to spend a dime. I can show you how to make unbelievable deals using my money.
This is The Good Life. We invite you to join with us over the next few minutes and learn how you can become independently wealthy using a few well-tested, proven techniques, which will put you on the road to achieving your financial independence. It takes little or no money, requires no credit, and anyone can do it in their spare time. Just a few hours a month, that's all it takes. Stay tuned. Learn how to profit at U.S. government auctions of cars, boats, planes, jewelry, electronics, and other valuable personal property